There are moments in life when your soul hits rock bottom. Not just sadness, but a kind of spiritual exhaustion. Where you wonder if God has forgotten your name. Where you wonder if God has forgotten your name. I'm going to be completely honest with you right now. This isn't a pretty story. I'm going to be honest with you right now. This isn't a pretty story, but this is a real story. I was literally sitting on the toilet, crying, sobbing my heart out. Tears streaming down my face. Body shaking. And I remember thinking and even saying, God, I feel like you have abandoned me. Why can't I feel you? Can you hear me? And I felt empty, rejected, like every prayer I prayed had hit a wall. Every prayer had been in vain. And maybe, just maybe, what if there was no God? What if I was freaking fooling myself? And it's that moment something else rose inside me. Not from confidence, because God knows I had none at that point. I was totally broken. Not from confidence, but from the deepest place of, and in that moment, something rose up inside of me. Not from confidence, but from the deepest place of desperation turning into identity. Through tears, with my voice shaking and still sitting on the toilet, I said out loud, I am the damn jackpot. I am the damn jackpot. God. And now let me tell you, in that moment, that declaration wasn't arrogance. It may have sounded like arrogance. It wasn't me demanding something from God. It was me remembering who I am, the child of God. And even if in that moment there was a glimmer that thought, maybe God doesn't exist, I knew differently. God has always been there for me. It was me remembering who I am, that I am not waiting to be chosen, that I am chosen. I am chosen. I am always chosen. I am not hoping for my life to turn around at that point. I am the turning point. I am the manifestation of God's abundance in human form. Maybe about 15 or so minutes later, I ordered a DoorDash delivery. And as soon as I finished crying and dried my eyes a little bit, there was a knock at the door. It was my DoorDash delivery. Just food. Nothing special. Nothing extraordinary about that. But when I looked at the receipt, I stopped breathing for a minute. The driver's name was Isaiah. Isaiah. Now, Isaiah isn't just a name. Isaiah was one of the greatest prophets in the Holy Bible. A prophet who spoke comfort to God's people who in their suffering. The name Isaiah literally means God is salvation. Or more personally, God saves. So there I was, moments after declaring I am the damn jackpot, in my moment of suffering, in the middle of my breakdown. And a man named God is salvation was literally sent to my door. You will never convince me that that was a coincidence. And also, this is not the first time that God has used a DoorDash delivery driver's name to give me a message. And yes, I'm sorry, I used to order lots from DoorDash, so it was maybe an easy thing to do. But I tell you, Isaiah, although not completely unknown name, it's not a common name at all. So that's not a coincidence. That was divine confirmation. That was the universe saying to me, I heard you. I never left you. The moment you claimed your identity, I responded. And here's what's even more powerful, guys. From that moment forward, everything started to change. Everything in my life began to shift for the better. Within weeks, I was offered a job that was aligned with my provision, purpose, and a completely new timeline. Not because I begged for it, but because that day, in my weakened, suffering state, in that moment, I remembered who I am. Sorry, I have to look at my notes because I'll get drifting off. So, if you are in a breakdown right now, this is not your ending. This is your activation. Don't wait to feel worthy. Don't wait for proof. Declare who you are. So say it with me right now. I am the jackpot. And watch how God knocks. Thank you for visiting with me today. If you like this message, please like, share, and comment. And thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.